Okay, I am going for this again. Um, Going live. Earlier, I tried to go live, but it just did not pan out. But yeah, I'm gonna actually wait for someone to come in just a little bit. Those watching the recording later, sorry, I'm gonna take a minute before I start. Yeah, I tried to go live earlier today, but it just was not panning out. I did a whole 10 minutes, no sound. So if you can hear me, I would love a response of some sort. If anyone can hear me, I think I have. Oh, Schmitty, you're on. I don't know if you're watching for the long haul, but yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. Yeah, so okay, cool. Okay, thank you. So earlier I tried to go live and it didn't pan out, but hey, it worked out because I feel like there's something else I should talk about today. And so I guess I'm gonna just get right into it. I don't think many are gonna come on live, which is fine. I'll just go ahead and post later. So I titled this video Lost in Life. It's funny. I've been on this crazy long journey. It's had to be over about 10 years now, maybe even 15, maybe my whole life, I guess you can say. I guess when I get to my testimony part of my life, which is not today, but just lost in life. Why are we lost in life? Most of the time, we strive for things that we want, but we don't get it. And it causes issues in life. It causes issues in our family, issues with each other and relationships, with our parents. We're just frustrated. And most of the time we're frustrated because we want something and we're not getting it. It's the classic, we're just kind of babies at the end of the day. But it's so crazy to think the solution to all that in life is first examining why do you want that? Whatever it is, why do you want something? And then figuring out, okay, well, something simple. I want to be successful I want to have a business that makes a lot of money. Okay, well, why? Oh, well, I just want a lot of money and spend it on the fancy things of life. I want a better life than this. That's really surface and a band-aid to what you're feeling and maybe what you're wanting. Anyway, why I'm talking about this subject, lost in life, is this scripture that I've been kind of coming in full circle multiple times with the Father. He just brings me back to this book of James. So much in this passage, but maybe those who've been in church their whole life have heard it. Maybe not. Maybe you've never read anything in the Bible, which is okay. If you're listening and you're willing to hear it, I'm going to go ahead and read it just for a second, just to put myself back in the mindset I was a second ago. So this is James chapter 4, verse 1. And it starts here and it reads, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You desire but do not have, so you kill. You desire but do not have, so you kill. You covet but you cannot get what you want. So you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you do ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives. That you spend what you get on your pleasures. You adulterous people, you don't know that friendship with the world means enmity with God. Therefore, anyone who chooses to be a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God. Or do you think the scripture says without reason that jealousy longs for the spirit he has caused to dwell in us? But he gives us more grace. This is why the scripture says, God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. Submit yourselves then to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. And now, first time reading that was a little like, it's heavy. Like, what does all that really mean? Something that the Father just highlighted to me. My entire life, I've chased things, I've wanted things, and I fought. And it may not be fought like you fought with someone else, but you fought yourself. I fought myself to get a degree in this, get a degree in that, and it panned nowhere. To esteem myself, maybe sound more intellectual than I am, just out of insecurity or lacking a skill that I may want, but not willing to work for it, out of just fighting self. Sometimes it's not quarreling with someone else. It's all internal. But the sun's coming out. Just sitting with that scripture. I've been reading that book, that one in Timothy, 2 Timothy. Well, actually both Timothys for a while, and I'm gonna bring it back full circle to Lost in Life, but finding my words. Just we quarrel and we quarrel. We're quarrelsome amongst either ourselves or other people in our lives because we're frustrated and we want something. But we never think, well, let me ask God. But before you ask him, why are you asking him for that? Are you asking it for something for yourself? Or is it a selfish motive? The biggest thing that hasn't changed since the beginning of time is, I want to get married. I want a husband. Ooh, girl. Or, vice versa for the fellas. But it's like, why? Is it because you're trying to band-aid the things of your past? Because you're trying to feel validated? Or is it that you want something good? You want something of God. You want that ideal picture of what he has for you. And sometimes that takes stepping back. Bella, no. Sometimes that takes you stepping back with yourself and asking you why you want a certain thing. And being willing to drop everything. He says, humble yourselves. Humble yourself enough to say, okay, I don't want none of it. Give me what you think I want. Because you kind of know me. You created me. You know what I am lacking. Just being in that. And his word also says, when you seek first him in the kingdom, he will add on to you all the things and the desires of your heart. And I can tell you right now, I am a testament of that. I am in a season right now where he has been answering prayers. He has been moving my footsteps. And it's such a good thing. And all I want is what he wants for me. I'm done with the world. The world didn't give me anything that I could ever want. It all came with issues and problems and consequences. It came with strifes, quarrels, fighting the air, it feels like. Fighting the prince of the air, I guess, if you will. Just it was tiresome. And to be in a place where, okay, God, I prayed that you humbled me. I've been humbled. Where do I go from here? And for him to, you humbling yourself and you letting him humble you, and then him starting to build you up. That love is so overwhelming. It's so engulfing. And I guess I'm saying all that to say is, where are you at in life where you're feeling lost? If you're feeling lost, maybe that's the perfect place to be, to let yourself humble yourself and restart the drawing board. Scratch off that list that you had, throw it in the trash, and go, okay, God, I hear people talk about you all the time. Or, hey, I've been talking, I haven't been hearing you. Well, maybe because whatever the last thing you heard, you chose not to listen to. God has feelings just like we do. We are made in his image. And so, with that being said, where are you lost in life? Read over James chapter 4. Maybe it starts where there's a desire in you and you haven't got it. But just because you haven't got it doesn't mean it's not coming your way. Just maybe you got to sit some things down, because the moment you sit those things down, the moment you turn to him, the moment you give it all to him, that thing will come. The desires of your heart will come. And it's in genuineness, not doing it just because you want what he can give you, but doing it because you want to see what this relationship you can have with him. And I tell you, when that happens, you don't want the things you wanted before. You just want what is righteous, what is good, what he has for you. And I can tell you, I feel like I'm babbling at this point, or rambling, but it's just so, it's refreshing. It's insane. And there's people out there who have this testimony. I can't be the only one who's experiencing it. I haven't even got to where I think I'm gonna go. I still got more life to live. So just to be in that turning point and watching him move my footsteps and having me where I need to be has just been so beautiful in itself, to say, hey, wherever you are feeling lost, turn to him, because his word says you turn to him. If he resists the proud and give grace to the humble, he'll give grace to you. He'll draw near to you. Let him draw near to you. So I hope this brought some clarity in some point. This reaches who is meant to reach. You may be on here and say, this is nothing for me, and that's okay. This is for who it's meant to be for. And I hope you have a blessed afternoon, and thank you for watching.